Alright. Hey everybody! So I guess I'm continuing along the same vein of answering questions that we get asked a lot here on the channel. And also this is kind of a sequel to the setup vlog that I did really quickly, I think like last week. So in this vlog I'm going to be going over what our setup looked like when we started, how my setup actually got to be what it is now, and what we kind of want in our future setup. Let's jump right in. Believe it or not, when we started this channel, all we had was a couple of PS4s, some like generic Turtle Beach headsets, and I had a MacBook that we could handle theoretically any editing or whatever that we wanted to do. And I was playing from my bedroom. Now, if you're thinking about starting a channel and that sounds like more than what you have to work with, don't worry. We actually didn't make use of all of that equipment until like well into the life of our channel. Our first videos had no dialogue, no camera, no overlays, no green screen, no lights. So if you're thinking about taking those first steps to starting your channel, the best advice that I can give you is to just do it! Seriously, the equipment, the setup, the overlays, those high quality edits, all of that stuff will come with time if you want it badly. You just have to take those first steps and start getting your content up, whether it's vlogs or your gameplay or streaming. Anyway, once we got things rolling here on the channel, we realized we really wanted to put more into our content. So we started nailing down how we would improve the channel. First, we knew we wanted viewers to hear our dialogue. We enjoyed our gameplay, but we realized more often we were just as entertained, if not more entertained, by the dialogue and the jokes and stories and stuff that were happening in our party chats.
Alright, sexist child abuse jokes. That's the line. Got it.
So we figured out how to record our voices, and the first big purchase that I made for this channel was a Blue Yeti microphone that I still use now. You really want your viewers to be able to hear you clearly, and I chose the Blue Yeti because I liked the aesthetic of a desk mic and it was compatible with the PS4. Choosing a desk mic over a headset probably cost me a little bit more money, but I think in the long term it was worth it. Next, one of our subs from way back was streaming GTA 5 on his channel. His name's BLAMDrew. Check him out. He's a pretty chill gamer streamer here on YouTube. Anyways, I noticed that I liked the minimalist setup that he had on his stream. If you've seen my gameplay, you might have noticed that I don't like dense UIs that clutter the screen. They make the game feel claustrophobic and sort of fracture the immersion of the whole game. And just like how a cluttered HUD can erode the immersive experience of playing a game, an unwieldy thick overlay can distract your viewers from the experience that you're trying to sort of construct for them. Watching BLAMDrew made me realize that I didn't need a clunky overlay to have a clean looking webcam setup. Best of all, he was only using the PS4 camera. Now, under certain circumstances, an extravagant, involved, complex overlay can work really well for like certain events, but that wasn't where we wanted to take this channel. So if you want a face cam to be part of your production, it's worth mentioning that you should also consider researching different lighting setups, especially if you're going to use a green screen. I made a small private vlog for SRA Gaming on that topic, but a good place to start for console gameplay is whatever camera is native to your platform. If you're looking to do PC gameplay or transition to a PC setup for a more complex streaming setup, then I'd recommend using the Logitech C920 webcam. That's what I use now, along with a green screen and 2 studio lights. That setup, the console, Blue Yeti mic, PS4 camera, green screen, and the lights, like 6 things. That setup needed more room, so I moved out of my bedroom and into a different room that is now my studio, and I call it the chapel for no particular reason. So that setup took us, I think, like a little less than 4 months to get everything, and it lasted us a good while. In fact, I still use pretty much all of that equipment, with the exception of the PS4 camera. I moved to the Logitech C920. It just had more options and higher quality image. Once I moved into the chapel, I started reimagining the whole space. It's important that you have a space that keeps you comfortable and encourages your creativity without stifling you. Imagine a space that's easy to access, produce, and then leave. No furniture to move, no wires to jump over, bathroom access is easy, it's air conditioned. It sounds dumb at first. Creating a space that eases your creative process will encourage you to invest more time and energy into your content. So to that end, the chapel went through a lot of different changes before we reach the point that we're at now. After watching a lot of Swashin videos, Swashin's another YouTuber who does a lot of videos on like setups and kit and equipment, stuff like that. Not just for content creators, but also just like gamers in general. I got a nice big desk with enough landscape to house all of my shit and leave enough room for like creative, collaborative, whatever I decided to do in the long term. You guys saw our current setup in my last video. It's pretty nice, but it's only half of our production. The other half of St. Nightkill is Jake. We're looking at getting him some equipment soon so he can become our full-time editor. I mean, you guys get more shorts and like sweet and funny viral videos, because that's the kind of stuff that he wants to make for the channel, so that you guys can like access us not just when we're live every night. So to that end, we've started a wish list on Amazon that just has some equipment that we want to bring to the channel. It's in the description of this video if you guys want to check it out. It's an ambitious list. Mostly we're looking at getting Jake a laptop with a powerful enough CPU to handle all of the rendering and editing that he's going to do, and so that he can do it on the go, because most of this he's actually going to have to do at his job. And down the line, we want to get him a media tablet so that he can work on graphics and animation for our channel. So get excited for that. Beyond Jacob's equipment, there are only a few more things that I want to change about my setup here in the chapel. I'm building a productivity board out of salvaged parts just to keep track of what I want to bring to the channel and sort of the stuff that I need to do every day. And the next piece of like, I guess, hard equipment would be a mic arm for my Blue Yeti, just so that I can control the distance of the microphone to my face instead of changing the gain and like the input volumes and stuff, because that takes a lot of finessing every time that I go live. So yeah, that's where we started. Not a lot of stuff, and the most important thing is when you're starting out to just do it, just start getting your content up there, and then you'll realize the kind of stuff that you need as you go along. There's a lot of resources already on the internet in terms of like what kind of gear you really want to start out with. That's how I got lucky with the Blue Yeti and the C920. From there, we got the equipment basically that we're using now. Our overlays and stuff are still evolving, but we're basically where we want to be right now, which is really cool. And we're working on Jacob's equipment. That's the big thing that we're working on now, and that's the big thing that's going to change in our channel in the future. So yeah, that is it for the evolution of a setup. I will see you guys online later tonight. See ya, everybody.